Welcome back to the Ancient Ruins. Today we are playing another button-shy 18-card wallet game. It is the upcoming Kickstarter, Lands of Amazement by Scott Almes. Now this is a pre-production copy, however it is also a print and play version of a pre-production copy, so do keep that in mind when you're judging the aesthetics, and keep in mind that some of the artwork or indeed the rules themselves might change between now and its release. That being said, we have got it set up for our game. So we've taken one of the three portfolio cards. They are double-sided, which is amazing. It's randomly selected and put it to one side. We've shuffled the remaining park cards, taken one to cover the portfolio section, even though I'm going to move this in a second, and that dictates what round and what part of the game we're on. I've taken a hand of 4 cards and I've put it to one side because we don't need those currently. We'll need those after we've finished the explanation. And I've taken the remaining cards and dealt them into even piles with 4, 3, 3 respectively. The card here does nothing, but it is going to be used at the end. The reason for the difference between the portfolio cards is it dictates what kind of card or cards we need to reserve at the end of each round to help us build our mega park. This is the structure that we're going to be trying to build at the end of the game. There are rules and points and things like that, but it just goes like this, and these are the 3 parks that we're going to try and complete in round 1. So I'm going to try and not look at the ones underneath to give away spoilers, but this is the shape that we need to create using the icons on our deck, okay? So this is the shape for park number 1. In fact, I'll pick up the entire deck. This is the shape for park number 2. And this is the shape for park number 3. Now, if we complete the park, if we complete the shape, we get to take the card and add it to our discard pile, which means we can potentially use it as part of the build later. So that's good. If we complete the shape perfectly, so you don't have to get it perfect, but if you do get it perfect, you get to use the power of the card as well. So that can change things up, but it has to be absolutely perfect. So, that being said, I'm keeping fidgeting. Let's draw the first card and get on with the show. So, we have an L-shaped Tetromino and a 2-piece. Looking at the cards, I think the L-shaped might be best. In fact, no, I think I want to put the 2-piece, this little 2-piece, in this one and hope we get the 5-piece for just tacking on the end. I'm not sure what we've got, but if we do have, sorry, not the 5-piece, the 4-piece in the T-shape, then we can complete that one. Next up, we have the very card that I want. So this is how we complete parks. We put the icons next to each other. Now, it only counts for 1 set of icons in each card, so this isn't counted and this isn't counted, okay? You cannot cover any icons, etc, etc, but it has to work like that. The cards cannot be invisible, which would make sense hypothetically. We couldn't use this and this to make a block, still including that one, okay? So we can do this, and we do complete this one perfectly. Now we can choose a card from the completed park and use it to start a new park. So we can choose one of these 2 and use it again in another park. Is that going to be useful at all? Yes, so we're going to use this one in here because if we can get another little 2, we can complete that one as well. This is going well. Other than that, we take the 2 cards to a completed park and what we used it to complete with and put it in our discard pile. We would like to have all of these removed by the end of the game for additional goodness and more chance of completing the mega park. However, it's not as easy as it seems. We still have 2 cards left, so let's have a look what we've got. So we've got a straight line, which if we could have used that one here, would have been perfect because we could have completed the new pattern straight away and we could complete that one straight away. However, I could, in all fairness, just put this one here and complete this park, even though it's got the extra icon on it. So it's got an extra icon here. It still completes the park, however, I don't get to use the special power. So that does go to discard with all of these. Now, as I only have one card left, it's not going to be able to complete any park. However, we will reveal it just to see what we had and look to see whether it's going to be useful in future. It is. It's going to be useful there. We're going to use it here and we're going to win. Right. At the end of each round, so at the end of round 1, we now need to reserve a card with green on it. So let's have a look through. We've got that green, and that is all. Now we do want to reserve cards quite desperately. We do want to reserve cards. You can reserve at least one, but it must be the colour from there. Let me just double check that. So, choose one or more cards in your discard pile, which was the pile just there, and place them face down with the other reserve cards on top of the goal. Each reserve card must have at least one icon that matches an icon in the current topmost round in the portfolio. If there are any cards in the discard pile where matching icon, if there aren't any cards, bit of a spelling mistake, I believe. Because we've got if there are, but if there aren't any cards. So we only have the one green, so we can only reserve that one, and then we move down there. Okay. Now we've got our 5 cards. Because we've got those, we give them a quick shuffle, and we begin again. So this time we've got two new parks, I believe, a H shape and a T with a hat. And I know we can get the T with a hat, so there we go. We know this line and we know we've got a T coming out. So we can look into that. And this is the wrong way for that, but this one might be able to tack on the end. So this with this. No, we need yet another one, but it is going to go in here because we can rearrange these cards to our delight as we go along. So I'm just looking for this one to begin with. So we can do this, and we've completed this one perfectly. So we do get to use the power if we wish. Add this card to an existing park. Do not start a new park. So it has to go to this one if we want it to go to that one. And we do, because this and this and this is going to be a bit messy, but we can make that pattern by putting you there, and I guess we can just, no, we can't. Oh dear. We can put you there, which does complete the park, even though it's got the additional tags on top. So it needs to be this shape. So we do get that shape here, as you can see, but we have the tags on top, which is okay. We just don't get to have the power. So we take all of these, we add them to our discard. We're doing okay. Not the best, but we're doing okay. And we get the final one, which can't be used for anything currently, but it might have a use later. Maybe. So at the end of the round, we do need to now reserve purples. I want to keep this one. This one's going to be super useful to complete that one. So we're not going to reserve that purple. We do have this purple, however, and that's the on. Oh, we've got 2. Oh, but I also want this one. I want to reserve more cards, but they have to be with the colour, and I want to keep that. So we're only going to reserve the 1 card for now, unfortunately, because I think we're going to need... Am I being silly? Do we want 2 of those? Yes, we're going to keep 2 of those because I think we can complete this one and this one this round coming. So we have completed round 2. So we'll give these a quick shuffle. I cannot wait for the real version of this. I will be buying this straight away with the expansions because, well, it's just blooming gorgeous, isn't it? I'm going to put this one on this park, mainly because I don't want it on this one or this one, and I think maybe we can get away with it on there. This one, however, does go there. I've already got a plan for that one. This one, maybe here. I've got a plan for this one as well. That one could have worked. Didn't think it through. But this one goes there, and then we do complete the H, and we complete it perfectly, so we can swap the top card of the deck with any card in the discard. Beans. Double beans. We don't actually have a discard at the moment, so we can't use that power. So unfortunately, we just have to pop these down. But we are going to start reserving cards in Reckless Abandon soon. We do have 2 cards left, so we can pop this one here like this. And we've completed this one, and then we can start a new park with this card. New park, this card, get in there. If this is an L, no, it's going to be tricky to complete this one. But these do go into the discard, and we get to see what we can do with our final card. Ooh, baby, I love your way. Nothing. Every day. There's nothing we can do with this one, unfortunately. I can't think of a way that we could. It could go in that one eventually, but for now, there's nothing we can do. Right. So this time we can reserve as many blue and yellows that we've got. Blue and yellow, we are going to reserve you. And if we've got another one, we're just going to reserve them because we want them for later so we can complete our mega park. Okay, we've got 4 parks left. We're on our final round. I would love to be able to just smash these out. I'll give these a quick shuffle. And we'll start again. Right, T. T goes here. Yes, that's going to work perfectly. This one can go here. Again, perfect. We have a little twofer. Now the little twofer is going to perfectly complete this one or perfectly complete this one. So discard the topmost reserved card, then reserve this card. No, reserve this card. Yes. So we are going to pop that there. So that does complete this, allowing us to reserve the card. We're going to pop you there, and then we are going to discard these 2. Next, can we complete anything else? This one can go here. Hopefully we get to complete that one. We've got an L shape. What can we do with the L shape? Not much, unfortunately. L shape doesn't fit in this one. No. That's a shame. We flew too close to the sun. Because we can put that one there, but that does nothing. Does it do? Does it do? Does it do, da? It does do, da. It does do, da. So you have to play a little bit free and loose with the lining up. Personal opinion and personal opinion only, the lower side of the card is just a little bit too thick, so when you place it here, now this icon and this icon should line up with this icon and this icon. However, it does just cover up that icon, which in my opinion still counts. So we have completed that one because someone can rules lawyer me on that one. I'm saying it counts. We are completing this one imperfectly. So that goes over here, and then we've got our final card which could be used to complete this. Yeah, look at that. We completed this one. So we almost managed to complete the entire deck. This is imperfect, so we don't get the power. So all we can do is pop them in. And that allows us to reserve any green and red. So green and red. And that's it. We got a green and red. Okay. So pop that there. I'm going to leave this one here, and we're just going to double check the next step. So for the Mega Park phase. In this phase, try to match the Mega Park plan on the go using only the reserved cards. Flip the stack of reserved cards face up and build a single park following the building rules with the following exceptions. Use all of your reserved cards at once, so we just get to spread them out and go for it. Use only your reserve cards, not any remaining cards in the deck. So these are the discard, and just over here as well. So we've got discard just on that pile, and that was our one remaining park. So I don't think it really matters because we're not playing expert, where you get an additional point for having remaining parks. This works like golf as well, so you want as few points as possible. So let's have a look what we have to try and build that nonsense. This is where it's going to get higgledy-piggledy. Do we have to use all of them? I don't think we need them all. Right, so straight away, I can see if we move these up a little bit. Let's try and get these out of the way a little bit. So somebody's going to tell me that I did this wrong, and that's okay. We have a block of 8, and basically this is a block of 8 with a block of 8. So far so good. Now, ooh, baby, I love your way. We need to try and get a way to get one of these. Yes. So we can put this one here like this. And again, the icons don't quite line up, even though they should, just because of the way the game is either printed. It could be me. I did do arts and crafts to get the game looking like this. So it could be on me why it doesn't work properly. And that's okay. And we need an L. Would have been perfect if the L had gone the other way. Right, so we can complete this. I'm just trying to figure out how we can complete it with as few missed points as possible. So if we have that one there, we are missing one icon from completing, okay? And if we are missing one of the icons, we lose a point, okay? So that is 1 point so far. However, this is where it gets a little bit more funky. We only have, well, we need a green, a purple, a blue, a yellow, and a red. So far, we have a green, a blue, and a yellow. We don't have a purple and a red. And that is plus 1 point each. I can't have that. I can't have that because I'm trying to get visionary. I'm not going to, sorry, not visionary. I'm trying to get imaginative designer. I don't want to be a capable planner. I want to be a designer. So how can we shunt this around? We could put this one in. That would still give us an additional point, but we've got one more. Now we need to get a red in here somewhere. Need to get a red in here somewhere. Oh, my days. Is he a genius? Is he a genius? He could very well be the greatest genius of all time. If we put this one here. Wait, no. If we put this one here. Yes? Are you with me? Are you following along at home? If we then put this one here, and we then put this one here, no one believed in me. No one thought that I could do it, but I genuinely think that I have. We've got a green, yes. We've got a purple, yes. We've got yellow, yes. We have blue, yes, and we've got red. Okay, this is not set up or anything like that, but I'm so giddy. For the first time ever, I have visionary. I've literally hit visionary. We're not playing on expert mode. Don't take it away from me. I've hit visionary. I love this game. This has been Lands of Amazement. It is coming to Kickstarter soon. This is not an ad, by the way, but you can go to Button Shy's website to sign up for more information. It's still not an advert. They have allowed me, in their graciousness, to have the game early to play it for you, lovely little cultist, and it's amazing, and I love it, and go play it. I'm the best at games. I am the best at games. I am the best at games.